Hello, welcome to Rowntree Gardens podcast. My name is Karen Murray. I would like to introduce you to a very special community member. Her name is Muriel. First of all, I want to thank you for, you're one of the community members here that really inspires me. You're encouraging, you're a very spiritual person. I know you love the Lord, and that's one thing about me. I really love the Lord, so I really connect with you in those ways. So I just think it's a blessing to have you here, and it's a blessing to be able to serve you. I've learned so much from you. I think your generation has so much to teach our generation, but not only our generation, the generation that is coming up. So those are some of the things that I really admire about you. Through everything, that you've been through your life, what advice do you have for the generation coming up?
Coming
That's going to
up,
be our future generation. Yes.
I really don't know because the world has changed so much from when I grew up. I just say, keep your eye on the Lord. And I was sent to Sunday school, when I was old enough to go to Sunday school. We even had to take the streetcar because the church was too far away. And I don't understand when people say they have that one moment when they accept the Lord. It was just part of my life growing up. I went to Sunday school. As soon as I was old enough to go to Sunday school, that's where I went.
Me
every
too.
Sunday.
Me too.
And
Yeah.
that would be the advice that I have for the young people.
Okay.
I married my husband in 1943 on the 8th of May. I'd met him at my cousin Jim's 18th birthday party. They were neighbors. And I came late, and I had worked overtime that day, and I got home late for work. So I ate dinner by myself, and my mother said, straighten up the kitchen before you leave. But I had to take the streetcar then to go over there to Jim's house. I had to transfer twice, so it took me a long time to get there, and the party was well underway when I arrived. Well, we played enough funny little games and everything, and Jim was now 19 years old. So somebody said, let's skip this joint and go someplace else and have some fun.
Okay.
So there was one girl said, I can go home and get my sister's car. And Harvey said, I've got my car here. And anyway, we piled in those two cars. And we didn't know where we could go, having never done that before. So I said to Jim, well, let's go over to Kirch and Gillis, where my dad was working.
Oh.
That's the only place I could think of.
Okay.
Well, when we walked in Kirch and Gillis, my father just about had a heart attack. So he took us practically out in the kitchen and gave us a table to sit at, and we just sat there and drank Coke and thought we were growing up. So he found out the first night where I lived. He drove me home after they broke up. And on the way home, he said, we were getting close to my turnoff place. We were out by the state fairgrounds. He said to me, could I call on you again? And I said, sure, I can't call on you this weekend because I have a date.
Oh, wow.
Well, already there was competition.
Okay.
So I didn't think much of it. I didn't think well, if he calls, okay. If he didn't call, chalk it up to experience. And however, the following week he called me,
Yay.
and yeah. So anyway, we went together then for about from November to the following June, and in the following June he proposed and gave me a diamond ring.
Oh.
And he knew that the president of the company that we worked for, which was an printing advertising company,
Okay.
had bought a plant out here in LA, downtown LA.
Okay.
And I guess he must have asked for if they would consider him, transferring out here. He must have.
Okay.
Because he came home one day and he said, I'm moving to Los Angeles. I have been offered a job in downtown Los Angeles. Are you going with me? And I said, yes, I'll turn in my resignation right now. We drove out here, rented an apartment. We stayed in the apartment for only a few months,
Okay.
and Garden Grove was, at that moment, it was the most advanced. I mean, the houses were being built and sold at a rate no place else in the United States. I think it was just booming.
Okay.
So we went out and bought a house.
Wow.
And I went to work supposedly for 5 or 6 weeks. And I worked from I think it was 1956 until 1985
Wow.
out here.
So that wasn't temporary at all.
I had a few layoffs along the way, but
Wow. So you came to Rowntree Gardens. So would you say that was a good decision to put down your deposit and come to Rowntree Gardens? Used to be Quaker Gardens. Was that a good decision?
one of the best ones I've made in the years since I've been alone.
Okay.
I
Well-
decided that I was getting older, and I knew I was going to need more help, happy, and I really believe that the reason that I'm going to celebrate my 100th birthday is because I've had the help and the, meals, and I signed up with a doctor here. and
Okay.
It's the atmosphere and the living here is what's brought me to 100.
Well, thank you so much, Muriel, for, chatting with us today. I can just say I love you very much, and I'm thankful that you're here too. Thanks so much for talking to us.
You're welcome.